Hey guys, Nolar here, back with another JP Dokkan video, and it's been a bit, I know, life's been absolutely nuts, guys. It's been a little crazy. So, I wanted to talk about this right away, and then there was the news earlier about Kefla getting her own Dokkan Fest, so we'll get into it in a second here, but take a look at this. This physical Super Saiyan 2 Kefla is getting an EZA. Shout out to Goresh, who managed to translate it here. Let me just pop that out. Oops. Here it is. So, just real quick, we'll go over what she did before, and then talk about what she's done now. And actually, we can just refer to the wiki, Dokkan wiki. But beforehand, Potara 3, key 150, immense damage, great lower defense, changed key spheres from int to physical, 12% of attack and defense per key sphere, medium chance to evade, enemy attack including super, launches an additional, which has a high chance to become a super attack, right? 50% chance. So the EZA, she stacks defense indefinitely, so that's pretty decent. Potara is 3 key 160, so same thing with UI Goku. She might now be the best Potara lead. We'll have to see, because she's just 160 across the board versus, you know, the Vegetos have their splits as needed. But yeah, so she raises defense indefinitely, changes int to physical, that's the same. So 8% boost of attack and defense to 20% per key sphere. Medium chance to evade enemies attack including super, which is the same. Launches additional attack, which has a high chance to become a super attack, so that's pretty good. Well, it's the same actually, but this is interesting. Plus an additional attack plus 60 when attacking with 6 or more physical key spheres. So this is kind of the downside of her, to be honest. One, she doesn't start off with attack and defense, just percentage off start of turn, right? So her stats are still going to be the same. I mean, they're going to be boosted to whatever the EZA stats are going to be, but those are going to stay the same, and you have to collect a lot of key spheres in order to raise that attack and defense. So that, to me, but 20% is pretty big. So she's a key sphere changer, so automatically she should get some stuff. But as you guys know, if you only change one type to the type you want, there could be a bad pathway where like you just can't get a hold of anything. You know what I mean? Might just be stuck in between some other key spheres or some kind of stuff like that. But the downside is more than likely you want to run her with the Strength Kefla, the other Dokkan Fest one. And when she goes to Super Saiyan 2, and they'll link, right? Because she transforms from base form Kefla to Super Saiyan 2, she's also pretty key sphere hungry because she launches an additional super attack with 6 or more. So, and the other thing here is her active skill physically changes. Oops. Go back. Changes physical to strength key spheres. It's kind of like you want to run them together because they do share a bunch of links. I think they share all the links, right? Fuse Fighter, Battlefield, Power Restored by God, Warriors Determiners. Yep, so they share every link except Shattering the Limit, and then, of course, Fierce Battle. They share like 6 links, and I don't know. It's good. I'm glad she's getting an EZA. Like I said, she might be the best Potara lead. However, it's a little lacking. So to me, since they announced the EZA so early, because the other day they just announced that, you know, Kefla is getting there's another Dokkan Fest exclusive Kefla coming because there's a new event. I wanted to kind of talk about Kefla real quick. So let's go to let's see, Universe 6. And the thing is, we have a base form Kefla, and then we have a Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, right? In terms of like just the way they start out. And the other thing they could do is just start her off as Super Saiyan and then go to Super Saiyan 2, right? Like another transforming unit. Or they could do a combined unit of base form Kefla and Kale, right? Like the LR version, who transforms into Super Saiyan. And then they fuse and merge into, you know, Kefla. Like they could go that route. So you could run like, you know, basically the LR Kefla, Kale and Kefla and the base forms Kale and Kefla with a Kefla, the base form Kefla, the Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Like you could just run the full female team, right? Like that's pretty easy to say. So I imagine that those are the two forms and ways they can go about doing Kefla, Kale and Kefla. Like put them as a dual card and then combine the two. Like there's a lot of things they could do that with that. And but let's talk about the celebration because I'm going to use last year's model, what happened last year, and then kind of extrapolate what could happen now. So you look at Super Saiyan 2. Last year we had physical transforming Frieza, Golden Frieza, right? Base form to Golden Frieza. And what's interesting is that leads into, Universe Star Saga for the 6th year anniversary. So UI Goku and, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, like that kind of correlated. And the issue right now is, like everyone knows, November is the Super Dragon Ball Heroes collaboration event. This might be the year we get a Dokkan Fest exclusive or an LR version. Maybe they do that, maybe they don't. I don't know. They've been kind of gun shy on pulling the trigger on that kind of thing. Because last year was an opportunity to do that, but they didn't. But I think now, just to go off on a tangent, Global and JP will celebrate a dual Dragon Ball Heroes event together. Because November usually was a time where the Golden Week units like the GT Goku, GT Vegeta, that's when they would show up. So that was the old schedule, but now things have kind of merged and they're a little more on point to make sure we celebrate big stuff together. And so to me, that's another thing. So that's going off on a tangent, something we can do for another day. I'll probably get Jin on if I can, and we can discuss that. But here, if this is Kefla for the October Dokkan Fest exclusive, maybe that means for year 7 we're looking again for another variation of Gogeta and Vegito, right? That's how I can kind of see it, because it's a fusion. And to quote Gale Riot from 5-9, we're back on the fusion train. So this is a good indication that, at least, I mean, I could be wrong, and I'm just speculating here, but it's pretty likely that maybe we'll get another fusion. And of course, Gogeta, Vegetos, they sell. I don't know what the data and statistics are for the sales for Kid Gohan or Videl or any of these other units that I would not consider like hype. They didn't hit the top grossing sales if I remember correctly. So, for anniversary, you want to go out with a bang, and Dokkan absolutely knows what sells, right? They are the masters of that kind of thing. So, to me, it seems like it'll be another fusions. Now, it could just be a standalone Gogeta Blue, because we don't actually have a Gogeta Blue by himself as a card. We have the AGA one that transforms into Gogeta Blue, and then we have the LR that starts off as Base Form Gogeta, that goes Gogeta Blue. We are missing a standard Gogeta Blue card itself. However, on the flip side, we've had plenty of Vegeta Blue standalone cards, right? We've got the Tech one, the Strength LR, and then the other, or the Tech TUR and the Tech LR. I mean, they get there. So they could do just a blue Goku and blue Vegeta as a card that transforms into blue Vegito. Like, that makes sense to me. I don't know, lots of ways they could play it, but anyways, to get back to what I think is happening. So with physical Kefla getting an EZA this early, this is an early announcement. This was on Reddit, so shout out to Nimboki GB, whatever. He put the thing is like, all right, so we've got category LR, category units who've gotten EZAs that are Dokkan Fest exclusives. Of course, UI Goku was just jumped way ahead in terms of the timeline to 6th year anniversary. That there's a bunch of units here that could utilize an awakening. Now, the only one that thematically makes sense, right? Like, is physical Vegito. He leaves Majin Buu Saga, but he's a Potara unit, and he's a physical unit, so it's like, if they do physical Kefla, they do physical Vegito, that kind of makes sense. And I was never a huge fan of physical Vegito, to be honest. Like, the build-up and all that kind of stuff is like, wasn't a huge fan. Obviously, there's a ton of units that could easily use the EZAs. I'm very excited for Vegito Blue and Rosé to get theirs. I love Turles as a card. He just needs defense, so if he gets that, he's good. This guy's a perennial unit that will be on pretty much any team, any category he's on, he'll be forever used. So to me, this one, Vegito, is thematically the most likely, but again, they've shown that it doesn't really matter theme or whatever. Sometimes it do, like 6 year, but sometimes it doesn't. So it could be any of these units that could get an EZA. Maybe it is Jiren because it's USS, right? Like, thematically that works too. But that's what all I got to say about that. So I don't want to go too long. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but it's been a long time since I recorded a video for you guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out for the channel. I know I put the burden on Jin for the last couple weeks to take care of a bunch of stuff, and appreciate him very, very much. Show him some love. But thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. If you have any comments, are you excited for Kefla? Because Jin, he texted me. He's like, eh? And I'm like, yeah, I see your perspective, Jin. I get it. He probably will throw some summons. I'll throw some summons too. But this might be a unit where I go for like a dupe or two and then call it, because Strength Kefla is not my favorite Dokkan Fest exclusive unit in a long time. I think out of all the units that released last year, she's just kind of eh. And it's hard because the category she leads, which is Universe 6, very limited. And then Rapid Growth was always an eh category to me. So I have just never been very happy with her overall. But maybe this new Kefla changes my mind, right? Who knows? So you guys let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Are you excited? Are you about it like Jin is? Or you're just waiting for Dragon Ball Heroes and going to save up those stones and do all the events and all the farming to get ready? So with that said, guys, I appreciate you all. You all have a good one. Nolar out.